which no Republican even utters the word slavery, right? So shout out to Republicans for at least saying the S word after a century. No, yeah, I'm being facetious. Yeah, so the point that I'm trying to say is that no, I mean, Mitch McConnell said that Barack Obama being elected was reparations, so they have said the R word. But basically, so we could also refer to the Chinese, the Wong case, but people also don't refer to Dred Scott, which was similar to Wong, because remember, Dred Scott literally was a challenge to the Constitution, right? It was a challenge to, like, not the Constitution, I'm sorry, to the Naturalization Act. So the same way that you're dismissing Wong, that is why, like the 14th Amendment had to basically be open for everybody. So it's actually misinformation that it was only for the children of the formerly enslaved, because this country has been racist since day one. There were literally things that were put in place for non-white people. Like, that's literally what it says. Like I said, I learned about all this in the second and the third grade, right? So if you look at Dred Scott, so as I've said before on this app, I literally have Native American blood, so all of you are immigrants to me, seriously. Like, literally all of you. I just answered your question. So I'm not against immigration because all of y'all would not be here. Like, I literally have indigenous blood, so all of you, do you not understand what I'm telling you? I'm on the side of...
Because on one hand you're saying...
It's only confusing to you. All of you are immigrants to me. So I'm not anti-immigrant, because then it would just be me and my ancestors here, which I would love, actually, right? So, but no, all of you are immigrants to me, because none of y'all were born here.
You said
what, do you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I answered your question. Do you have another one?
At the same time,
no, I'm not.
You're defending the way that the 14th
So
Amendment
you don't have a... No, I'm defending the Constitution because I'm an American. I believe in the Constitution. Like, do you not understand that? I don't have to agree with it to defend it. I'm an American. I'm supposed to follow the Constitution. You're a first generation immigrant. That's why... No, I don't have to agree with it to defend it. What are you talking about?
So that's an easy thing to understand. You're going to act like that checks it. That oxymoronic statement is easy to understand.
Wait a minute. What are you confused about? I don't have to agree with something to defend it. Are you serious right now? Oh my God, y'all are so emotional. Anywho, the point that I'm making, Lou, is that Dred Scott literally... Remember, that interpretation said, if you are a child of a slave, it does not matter if you're in this country or not, you cannot be a citizen ever. Which is why the 14th Amendment also, right, had to basically say this is inclusive of everyone. Because the Naturalization Act, right, if you remember early on in this country was not white women, right? It was not poor white men, which is 90% of the white people on Clubhouse, talking about, oh, y'all are different. We're not like the blacks. Yes, the fuck you were, because your ass wasn't included in that shit either. Which is why it quote unquote said you had to be a white person of good standing. And what the fuck did that mean? You had to have some money. You had to have some land, just like the founding fathers. So the poor white people should be up in arms about the 14th Amendment too, because that shit didn't apply to y'all. That gave y'all just as much freedom as it did the former Negroes. I'm done. But go ahead, Luke. Let's talk about the big, beautiful bill. Speaking of poor white people. Oh, they really gonna be...
And it said good character, by the way, not good standing.
Yep, good character. We know what that meant. No poor white people. So I don't know why they thinking like this shit don't apply to them either, because it fucking...
It also suggests they had to be on good behavior for a while and be monitored for a while before they got into the category. For a couple of years, like...
The Constitution didn't apply to them at all, but they swear to God that it did. It's hilarious.
It's kind of cool to hear y'all say that, because y'all basically acknowledging that it was a process and anybody just couldn't touch base and say, I had a baby here, they're American. I'm glad y'all actually...
Yeah, anybody who wasn't a white landed gentry person. Yeah, so it was exclusatory, basically.
But we can't leave out the fact that you had to wait a period number of years, right? To be an American citizen.
Exactly.
But that's...
Aw, look at all the poor people in the chat that are upset with me. Aw. Y'all are so cute. Y'all are so adorable. Aw. Stay mad.
Why do you have to do this?
Blame my European ancestors. I'm sorry.
Hold on, real quick. Alright, so this is my thing, right? So the reason why you can attempt to make an argument, right? It probably be a weak constitutional argument, but it's highly, well, I wouldn't even make the argument for it, because this won't